Oi! Fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo Echo. How it going, everybody? I'm good. I am actually okay. Got 400 subscribers! Woo! But, my big but, the 400, oh, excuse me, iPad, rude. My 400th subscriber is a lady called Sarah or Sarah, and she's actually a Dominic Izzo superfan. Just came through this morning, 400th subscriber, and it's Sarah. I'm like, what? He's boring. I'm like, he really thought he had something, didn't he? He really thought. He really was like on one, talking shit about us, which is interesting for about 5 seconds because, it is what it is. Yeah, we're real sad that this 40-year-old man, 40 plus, a year-old man, with like the neck, who makes Big Ed look like he's got a neck, Yeah, we're really, 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 really fascinated by him. Anyway, here we are. I've got a salad. It's the first salad. It's the first salad of the summer. Well, spring here, And I call it my faux Thai salad because it's like a fake Thai salad. So wombok, beef, that's it. No, there's more. Anyway, guess what we're watching tonight? We're back on that ELOMIR shit. Oh yeah, because they're still going. Bless them. And this video is on just their normal Facebook. I don't understand why they put this on the normal Facebook, but they do. It's a training. It's a mindset training one by some dude, but it's introduced by Tuan, who has the personality of white bread. He's a bit boring. All right, so I'm going to eat my dinner and watch this. It is quite long, so I'm probably going to kick it up some, or I might do it in 2 halves. Hey, who knows? Let's do it.
All right. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. This is Tuan Nguyen, hopping here live right here in Orange, California. Very excited to be here with everyone every single Monday at the same time. We always have what we call Mentor Monday. And ELOMIR actually believes that we want to leave people better. Truly, what it means is that we want to be able to add value to people's lives, whether directly or indirectly. And last week was amazing. We actually had special guests.
You would be able to just do that, because if you made people's lives better directly or indirectly, well, like if you didn't mean to, but it happened, like you can take credit for anything, really. It's very vague, is what I'm saying.
Actually, it wasn't last week. That was me. But the week before that, we actually had Joshua Denny, and he was able to share some powerful words in terms of your attitude and your philosophies. Of course, he was able to talk about his book as well, and that was very exciting. And of course, every single week we're going to continue to have Mentor Mondays, and we're always going to have
especially when they have somebody who's selling some. Like Ray Higdon was selling his event. That guy that he just mentioned had a book. What a coincidence.
Special guest that's on here, so that way they can impact your lives. And so before I get into bringing in our special guest on for this morning or this afternoon, I do want to give a couple of updates really quick. Again, we usually don't bring up anything when it comes to business or anything like that ever on Mentor Monday. Just some quick announcements that for ELOMIR, we're actually going to be doing an official Canada launch. So Canada launch is actually officially going to go live 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, both for brand partners and customers. That's very exciting because we have a lot of people that are Canadians that are knocking on the door saying, like, how do we actually get involved? How do we participate? So that's going to go live. And then, of course, number 2 is we have corporate update at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time as well. So for those of you that are brand partners, make sure that you get details on that. Make sure you hop into that.
That's interesting that the Canadian launch seems to just be like going quite well. You know, like it doesn't seem to be as problematic as the American one. Forgot to put it on fast, people. Let's do it. Okay. I hope this isn't too fast, people.
Having said all that, I want to get myself out of the way and bring on our special guest. But before I do so, and before I introduce this gentleman, let me play you a quick clip on who he is, what he's done. Van and I got a chance to spend a lot of time with him a few years ago in Dallas. And we actually have some good memories together. And we continue to build our relationship in and out on social media.
Why are so many network marketers going to Dallas? What's in Dallas? Can anyone tell me? Because that's where Danielle is going, I think.
But we do some big things together. But before I do that, let me go ahead and actually play a video clip so that you get a chance to get to know who this gentleman is. So give me 1 second.
We grew up in this environment where all we knew was selling drugs. I made a left, he made a left. I made a right, he made a right. I made a left, he made a left. I got paranoid and I ran a stop sign, not looking. Probable cause. Possession of cocaine with intent to distribute, and possession of a firearm while in possession of cocaine. I was actually facing 10 years in the penitentiary when I was 18 years old. I literally thought my life was ending. And I didn't realize until 9 years later, when I made my first $1 million, that my life was actually beginning. Growing up where I grew up at, my mom was in the insurance business. My dad was a butcher at a grocery store. There wasn't really a lot of money in the household. When I started off in the game, quote unquote, I was 15 years old, and I was making probably about $100 a day selling candy. Whether it was selling cars or selling credit card processing or selling drugs or selling something, I was always selling something with the mentality of, I don't sell, I don't eat.
Welcome to Mr. Cedrick Harris!
So how many of y'all in here want to learn how to make more money?
Network marketing moguls. Today I have with me Cedrick Harris. I'm so proud to have Cedrick here.
My name is Eric Worry, and today I'm here with Cedrick Harris. Cedrick.
I grew up in the environment where we knew how to flip things. I always say around pharmaceutical salespeople because we were out there selling things that we had no business selling. Never forget making a phone call to my parents, telling them, hey, I'm in jail, I need you to bond me out. And my dad asked me, how much is your bond? And I said, it's $50,000. He says, I don't have $50,000, just damn, you shouldn't have got caught. So I spent some time in jail, and and it was a life-changing moment, and the judge saw something in me, and he decided to put 10 years over my head and send me to a boot camp program. I came home and I tried to get a job everywhere, and nobody didn't want to hire me because I was a 3-time felon. I was lucky enough to answer an ad in the Richmond.
3-time felon, but that doesn't quite fit with. So you got charged with 3 felonies, maybe? I mean, this is a good story. This is compelling, and it's such a shame that he's using it for network marketing, and I'm sure that there are people who sign up because of him.
Times dispatch, I never forget it. It said that this would be the last job that you would ever take in your life. And I was like, yeah, right. And when I was being interviewed, he told me that it was 100% commission. If you don't sell, you don't eat. I got excited because I knew how to sell and I was, ready for the challenge. I didn't want to go back to jail. I had 10 years over my head. Then that we could do it in the streets and sell certain things. I said, well, why don't we take that skill set and use it legally? And that's exactly what we did. That's the beauty of the direct sales. That's the beauty of this industry. It doesn't matter if you're from jail or if you're from Yale. Anybody can come in and change their life. Is it going to take some work? Yes. Does it take some tenacity? Yes. Are there going to be some long nights? Yes. Are there going to be some people that are going to drive you nuttier than a fruitcake? Yes. But is it worth it? 100%.
Why couldn't he just sell something else? Like, there's so many things to sell that are legal. And direct sales is almost illegal, you know? Like, it's a hair away from it. That was a good story. Compelling, clear, a little bit sneaky because you don't know it's connected to network marketing necessarily, but Eric Worre's in there.
All right, you guys, man, that's actually my second time watching. It actually gives me chills because I was actually telling Cedrick earlier like that. I totally relate with him growing up, definitely in the hood.
He relates to it. How interesting. These people. God, they all start out so desperate. Like Twan was in this when he was 17 illegally. Like but I found that compelling, right? But I don't have to overdo it by saying, "Oh, it gave me chills." Like it's just ridiculous. Just keep it real, okay? Your mannerisms, your pace, whatever of your voice hasn't changed. You're exactly the same.
For me, and being able to actually inspire other people, it's actually awesome. So before I actually truly introduce them, click on the share button, and definitely we want to make sure that we get this out to as many people as much as possible, because I truly believe that Cedrick is going to be able to impact you with the content that he's going to bring out to you is going to be very powerful. So definitely click on the share button, share it on your wall, and if you do so, we'll make sure we give you a shout out as well on here. But while we're doing that, make sure you let us know where you're hopping in from as well. Very, very excited about that. And so while you're doing all that, let me go ahead and actually bring up our guest speaker, because we have a small window. Want to make sure we give them as much time as much as possible. So before I do that, let me throw this out real quick here. All right, got it. All right, we're good. So again, I'm going to introduce Cedrick Harris. Before as I do so,
he's got to edify him. I'm sorry, if you are watching me eat this fucking salad, I'm a mess. I'm sorry. Everything else I've eaten is pretty easy, but this salad was all over me, freaking all over the desk.
I will say this: he's built a team of over 40,000 people within the direct sales industry. I also want to say that he's not only been a professional in the network marketing industry, but he's an entrepreneur. When I first met him, I was actually in awe because he was telling us all the different businesses that he actually owns outside of the industry. He's also
Hang on. Whoa. Come on. You just insinuated that he was an entrepreneur for having businesses that weren't network marketing. I think every other brand ambassador ever has a problem with it.
Produced over $100 million in sales in multiple different companies in multiple different countries. And he's personally coached and produced multiple different people within the 6 and 7-figure realm within the space as well. So without any further ado, I want to introduce Mr. Cedrick Harris on here within the ELOMIR Mentor Monday. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So Cedrick, are you there?
Hey, brother.
Yep, can hear you loud and clear. First of all, thank you so much for being on here. I know you're very busy. I think prior to this call, you were actually doing a coaching call with a client of yours, and I saw on your wall you actually gave a shout out that person's very successful, and you've been able to actually help guide that person as well.
Well, actually, that was the other way around. I was on a coaching. Like, I'm a crazy believer in this personal development daily. So I was on a coaching with somebody who makes over half a billion dollars a year. So like I popped off of that coaching to come in here and rock and roll with you guys. So excited to be in this community with you guys and having some fun and sharing some nuggets with you all today.
That's awesome. Well, first of all, Van and I, we really do appreciate.
Gosh darn it, my mouse on my actual laptop isn't working. Everybody has personal development as like one of the most important things in network marketing, but it's not for the reason you think. It's busy work to keep your brain occupied in case you get one of these little red flags. Like if you sense the red flag, guess what happens? They send you off to do some reading. Oh, you need to do some affirmations. Oh, you need to listen to this podcast, because we can't listen to those little red flags, can we?
you being on here with your busy schedule. And, you know, I know everybody on here is really excited. I can actually read on the comments below. Who's really excited to actually have Cedrick on here? Just go ahead and actually pop a 1 on the bottom really quick. Want to give you, want to be able to give some of that love to Ced really quick. So go ahead and pop a 1 on the comment below. And again, if you did press the share button, definitely make a comment below and put shared as well. We want to give you a huge shout out as well. Thank you so much. Welcome. And yeah, we got a ton of people pressing 1 here. Awesome. Good. All right, you guys. So
I gotta give them a reason to press 1. I haven't given them a reason to press 1 yet, Twan. So we're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna have some fun. Give them a reason.
So let's do that. I'm gonna actually pass it to you, my friend, because I know you got a lot of content that you actually share with me that you're gonna share with the whole community. And again, thank you so much for your time, Ced. We'll pass it over to you so that way you can take over Mentor Monday with everybody.
Gotcha. Twan, hang out for me if you would. I want to make sure that these settings are good once you pass it over to me as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool beans.
And while we're doing that, I can see that we have people from Missouri on here, people from California, welcome, Oklahoma, Wisconsin in the house. We have Texas, and then we have Michigan, we have Missouri.
Okay. This is Eric Worry and Cedrick, because I was like just looking up to see who he was. Tell me this isn't like the gay couple who trying to adopt. He likes musicals and he likes heavy metal, but we make it work. That just tickled me so much. Oh my god, shut up.
And we have Louisiana. Welcome. And let's see here. We got a ton of people on here. 100 people so far has hopped on in. Thank you so much for actually putting a 1 there. We're excited to have Ced on here.
100. Is that it? How much are you paying?
And let's see here. Okay, pop. All right, I can see a ton of people are putting the share button. All right, welcome. Awesome. And then I see Ryan here. Welcome. Here we go. We got Bridget, Wendy. Welcome, you guys. Awesome, man. Got a packed house here today. All right, good to go. And we got Guam in the house as well. So, yep.
Wow.
Alabama, Michigan, Baltimore. Okay, got Idaho, New Jersey.
Oh, this is slow again.
Nicola. And then, awesome. All right, welcome, you guys. Good. How you feeling?
Let's play the game.
All right.
I'm assuming I got the settings. If not, you'll know in a minute because I just want to kind of talk to everybody really quickly right before I go to the slides.
Yep.
All right. So with that, first of all, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome everybody. I'm so excited to be hanging out here with the ELOMIR community. I know a significant amount of the leaders that are here. I'm humbled that Twan and his wife allowed me to come on here and do some training with each and every one of you today. And I want to ask a favor of you.
Oh my lord. They must be speaking very slowly. Because I'm sure that I felt like that was just normal speed. Okay, hang on.
If I could, before we begin. You know, a lot of people tend to think that they can multitask. A lot of people tend to think that they can do 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 things at one time. And I know I have
Okay, I just want to play this at the normal speed just to hear it.
a lot of women here, and I know a lot of you are Wonder Women. And technically, you can do multiple things at one time. And I applaud you for that. However, for the next 45 minutes, I want to ask a favor if you could. If you could eliminate any distractions right now, anything that has an on or off switch, okay?
Okay, great. We did it, everybody. I recognized Nicola from the call the other night. Faster, fine. We'll go to 1.7, hey? Yeah. All right, that sounds fun.
Your not your Facebook, you might want to be sharing this, okay? Your WhatsApp, your radio, okay? Your BlackBerry, your Blueberry, your Cranberry, your iPhone 4, 5, 16, 62. I want you to feed your fish. I want you to feed the parakeet. I want you to pet the dog. I want you to kiss your wife on the forehead and tell her that you're going to be unplugged for a minute. I want you to kiss your husband on the forehead and say, I'm going to be unplugged for a minute. Or just bring them in to this training because I want to have some fun with you and drop a few bombs on you. And today, this training is all about assisting you as an entrepreneur. We're going to tie it right in to this ELOMIR community, okay? Tie it right into this ELOMIR community. And it's called the 7 entrepreneurial traps and how to avoid them. The 7 entrepreneurial traps and how to avoid them. So I'm going to give you about the next 10 seconds to eliminate any distractions. Grab a pen, grab a pad, and we are going to rock and roll. So let me see if I can't do this screen share here. You know what? I think it's because I had that second one going. That's what it was. Okay. Now I should be good to go. All righty. Let's see here. We got the screen.
I just had far too much in my mouth then. I apologize if you saw me struggling.
We're going to take the whole screen. Can you see my screen there, Twan?
Yep, loud and yep, perfect.
Alrighty, awesome. All right, so I've got my phone queued up at the same time because I just want to make sure that everybody can see me on the other side as I'm inside of the group here. Okay, fantastic. And I'm really, really big on class participation. So I'm going to be talking to each and every one of you throughout this training as well. So I'm going to be paying attention to the chat at the same time, but I want you to really, really focus on this training because I have a feeling that 1 or 2 or 3 or 16 or 72 or 172 of you might just receive a aha moment. So let's jump right into it. What are the top 7 entrepreneurial traps and how to avoid them? Let's just dive right into the deep end. Entrepreneurial trap number 1. Entrepreneurial trap number 1 is going to be identifying your gift. I want each and every one of you to understand something, okay? Every single one of you that's here on this training today, you're special. You're special. Now, my mom taught me I was special when I was young. You know, everybody else got on the bus at 7 o'clock and I got on at 6:30. You know, I was one of the super duper special kids, you know? Well, not really, but that just sounded good. Okay, but here's the reality. All of us are special. All of us are special, whether your mother told you, whether your father told you, whether your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin from Timbuktu, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. Every single one of you are special, and all of you were born with a gift. All of you were born with some sort of gift. You see, before you came into this world, God already knew exactly who you were supposed to be. So I want you to think about this for a second. To prove that you're special and to prove that you need to identify your gift, I want you to go back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, whenever it was before you were born. And I want you to picture this. I want you to picture this moment where your dad was excited. Your dad was excited. See, it was 40, 50, 60 years ago. Things were scheduled back then. Things aren't scheduled anymore, which is one of the reasons why we have so many people in this world. But 40, 50, 60 years ago, things were scheduled. Okay, so it was Tuesday morning and your mom told your dad, today, you're going to get lucky. Today is your day. And your dad was beating his chest. He was so excited. It was one of those days at work that he was just whistling all day long. He was so doggone excited. He was happy to go to lunch. He was happy to come off a break. He was working whatever type of job that he was doing, but he was so excited that you could stick a banana in his face sideways. Then he came home at 5 o'clock. He came home and got off at 5 o'clock. He got home about 6 and he had some dinner waiting for him. And, you know, you had the family dinner going on and all that good stuff, right? And then, you know, you did your television or whatever you did. And then 8 or 9 o'clock, you know, you put the kids to sleep. And then dad knew. He knew it was that time. It was 9 o'clock. It was 10 o'clock. He was excited. Oh, boy, he knew it was that time. 5 minutes later, his whole time was up. What's wrong with your daddy? Whole whopping 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Oh, what is wrong with your daddy? 5 to 7 minutes later, he was done, but he created you. He created you now. At that moment, you had 50 million sisters on the left and 50 million brothers on the right. You had 50 million sisters on the left and 50 million brothers on the right, and you made it to the egg. You made it to the egg, okay? It took you longer to fight for the egg than it did for your dad to create you. Some of y'all will catch that joke later, okay? 50 million brothers on the left and 50 million sisters on the right. You're special. Now, God already knew that, right? So you got to remember, what are the 2 most important days of your life? And as you think about the 2 most important days of your life, I want you to sit back and think about this. What is it that you can do effortlessly without even really thinking about it? What is it that you can do effortlessly without really even thinking about it?
Right story. This is Jessie Lee Ward's story cell. I didn't. I don't know. Like it was a good, interesting story. I don't know if it relates to this. Yeah, it really was a coincidence that I was born because I'm the result of a one-night stand. Good on you, Mum. They were together for 30 years after that, so it's all right. It all turned out okay, all right?
There's a really good chance that that's your gift. See, doing a training like this, I can do this effortlessly. I love it. I know it's a gift of mine. I love this stuff. I eat crap and breathe it. Okay, I know what I was put on the planet to do. I wasn't put on the planet to be a computer specialist. You know, when I was young, when I was in the 5th grade, I walked across the stage when they asked everybody, what do they want to be when they wanted to grow up? And I said, I want to be the first TV black fisherman. You know, I grew up with Roland Martin and Orlando Wilson and Jimmy Houston. I'm a fishing guy. I lived in Florida. I grew up on the water all my life. I have to be close to water because it's peace for me. But I have to go fishing a couple times a week. I have to do that. It's in my blood. And I want to be a TV fisherman. But as I grew up, I realized that really wasn't my gift. That wasn't the gift that God put into me. What was Michael Jordan's gift? Basketball. What is your gift? What is your gift? Is your gift communication? Is your gift building? What is your gift inside of ELOMIR, inside of your building that you can do effortlessly that other people maybe they can't do? You see, I know there's certain leaders that are here, that are on here live right now, that literally effortlessly build relationships, that have 5-year relationships, 10-year relationships, 20-year relationships, 30-year relationships. They do that effortlessly because they understand that this is a relationship game. But I want you to think about this. Is it basketball? Is it football? Is it knitting? Is it building? What is it? What is it that you do effortlessly without a lot of people, without you even really thinking about it? As you think about that, I want you to think, what are the 2 most important days of your life? The day that you were born and the day that you figure out why. The day that you were born and the day that you figure out why. You see, everybody tends to celebrate their birthday. I've got a birthday coming up on Friday. I'm excited. Libra Nation in the house. Everybody tends to celebrate their birthday. Because of the network marketing arena and skincare and health and wellness products, I'm literally turning 17 years old on Friday. I'm gonna live to be 471 years old because of this industry. But I want you to think about this. Everybody celebrates their birthday, but most people don't celebrate their why day. Somebody say ooh in the chat. Somebody say ooh.
Damn, he looks good for that age. I think he said 70, didn't he? I'm in some sort of K-hole. Not a K-hole. He can't be 70. I'll tell you what, I am. Okay, I think he might be a Juness. Ooh. I did briefly cover Juness on my something, like a very, my first anti-mlm video. Well, my first sort of one. On purpose. I'll have to confirm that. I'll tell you what I'm not enjoying with the salad. I need like a floss. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm not saying much, but I am communicating with my face. Okay? YouTube, fair use. My face is a reaction. My face is commentary. I just pressed the space bar and I'm on the wrong window, so it didn't work.
In the chat. People celebrate their birthday all the time, but how many people celebrate their why day? So you celebrate that birthday, that's the most important day. I was born. I was born this day. I was born this day. That's great. You've been doing that for 15 years. You've been doing that for 18 years. You've been doing that for 25 years. You've been doing that for 35 years. You've been doing that for 45 years. You've been doing that for 55 years. Have you celebrated your born day? Say, yes, I celebrated my born day. We call it a born day. We call it a birthday. Great. Have you celebrated your why day? What happens when you start to embed in your mind, this was why I was put here? What happens when you identify that? Do you understand that things start to move in slow motion? How many of you ever saw the movie The Matrix? How many of you ever saw the movie The Matrix? Drop a 1 in the chat if you ever saw the movie The Matrix. And I want you to think about this moment in the first Matrix movie when Keanu Reeves realized that he was the one. When he realized that he was the one, that was his why day. He realized why he was born. That day he realized.
I don't know if you can hear that. I am shocked at how loud the car I just heard go past. I tell you what, I got to get used to living in a big city again, the noise of other people. It's a bit crazy, actually. These people who build their entire, like, I don't know, life philosophy on the Matrix. Really? Really? I saw it once. I think I liked it. Who knows? I was at uni. Whatever.
Realized that he was the one. You know what happened? Remember when those guys started shooting at him? He put his hand up, and the bullets just hit his hand, and they fell. Then those guys started trying to fight him, and he started moving with one hand. He realized that he was the one. He was unstoppable at that point. See, once you realize what that gift is, once you identify what that gift is, and then you walk in the purpose that God put you here for, magical things happen. Whether you believe in God, whether you believe in the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, I need you to understand something. Magical things start to happen, and you stop chasing money. Money starts to chase you. And trust me when I tell you, you will stop running. Entrepreneurial trap number 2. This one is a doozy. Knowing your kryptonite. Knowing and understanding your kryptonite. Now, how many of you remember the movie Superman? How many of you remember the movie Superman, right? Everybody remembers Superman. And when most people think about Superman, they think about, jumping from one building in a single bound and magical powers and this and that and going from Clark Kent to this muscular super guy. Most people, that's what they think about, right? Here's what I want you to think about on Superman, that they were really, truly trying to get to us, that I feel. This is what I feel. Deep in my soul, in my core, this is what I feel that they were trying to tell us. Not that we could be Superman or Superwoman, but that we all have kryptonite. We all have something that can zap our superpowers. Now, what was it for Superman? Remember that green stone? Remember that green stone? What happened when you placed kryptonite around Superman? It zapped his powers. It zapped his powers. See, all of you have a superpower, but some of you don't know what your kryptonite is. So let me help you out. I'm going to give you some examples of kryptonite. And just when you see these examples, I want you to understand something about these examples. It doesn't mean that you fall exactly in this category. I'm just giving you some examples of well-known kryptonite that a lot of people tend to deny. The first one on the left at the top is gambling. You see, I live 20 minutes away from the Hard Rock here in Tampa, Florida. And one thing that I don't do is gamble when I go to the Hard Rock. I actually play cards. Now, what's the difference between gambling and playing cards? See, when I go to the Hard Rock, I might go once every couple of months, but I only take $1,000 with me. That's it. $1,000. That's it. I don't have any credit cards with me, no debit cards.
That's good advice right there. I'm sorry if you can see, I have a partial denture and I'm trying to like smoothly put it back in. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Good advice. I like the pictures though.
With me, I don't have any access to any other money. All I have to gamble with, quote unquote, to play cards with, quote unquote, is $900 because it costs me $20 to park my car. That means that if I lose the $900, I'm done for the night. That's playing cards. You know what gambling is? When people keep chasing and chasing and chasing. You ever go to the casino and you see people standing in line at the credit card machine doing cash advances? 28% for a cash advance, 35% for a cash advance. Just one more hand, just one more slot. I gotta get it. I gotta get it. I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Just one more, just one more, just one more, just one more hit. You ever notice how some people live their life for the lotto? They live their life for the lotto every single day. They gotta play $10 a day in lottery tickets. That's kryptonite. See, if you make $80 a day at your job and your business, whatever it is that you do, and you spend $10 of the $80 on lotto, there's a good chance that's kryptonite. Because 10 times 30 is $300 a month. We're in a very, very inflationary economy right now. Isn't gas out of the roof right now? Isn't bread $300 a loaf right now? Isn't milk $75 a gallon right now? Everything's expensive. Everything's expensive. They should change the name Five Guys to 27 Kidneys because that's what it takes for you to buy a burger at Five Guys right now. Everything's out of this world right now. So how can you spend?
I think he's in a crypto MLM. He has been named the CMO, so Chief Marketing Officer of Switch U. I think that's what how they would say it. So he was at Junes or Junes. He's charismatic as hell. Twan could learn something, but you know, I don't think I've seen anyone in the network marketing space who's as good of a storyteller as him. And definitely very relatable, but he also does use a lot of the same things like repetition and all that sort of stuff. All right, I'm going to keep looking, but we'll see if the company he's currently in or this company, Switch U, where he has been employed as the CMO, does that mean he's a 9-to-5 corporate dude? All right, keep going.
10, 15, $20 a day on lottery. That just might be.
Oh, well, it has to be. Sorry. It has to be an MLM because it's on the Business for Home website. So, duh. And that was February 4th, 2022. So I'll keep reading and we'll listen to this dude.
Well, let's go to the one on the right. Alcohol. Oh, now I'm not going to tell you that I don't love some Tito's. I love me some Tito's, but I don't drink it every day because that means it would be kryptonite. See, if every single day you have to come home and crack 2 or 3 or 4 beers because you're exhausted throughout the day from building your business or from your job and you're just so excited to get home at 5 o'clock and sit on the couch at 5:30 and knock back 4, 5, or 6 Budweisers, and you do that every single day, that might be kryptonite. But say it, I drink wine. Wine goes with everything. Say it, it goes with the Waffle House, it goes with scrambled eggs and cheese, it goes with fish, it goes with steak, it goes with potatoes. Wine goes with everything. Say it, I just drink a glass of wine every single night. It helps my heart. Hey, gay. Are you doing it to help your heart or are you doing it to catch a buzz? Because that just might be kryptonite. Do you work all week long? And can't wait till Friday so you can get blitz out your mind? Man, I need a bottle of Hennessy. I can't wait till I get this bottle of Henny. I can't wait to get this Tito's. I can't wait to get this Belvedere. Because in the words of Cat Williams, tonight we're getting... You thought I was going to say it. Nah, this is rated PG-13. Is that what you do every Friday? Because it might just be kryptonite. Let's go to the bottom left-hand corner. Gentlemen, ladies, we're not, separating this. I'm just using this as an example. Now, let me be clear here really quickly. I'm here to tell you, women run the world. Period. End of story. I have 2 beautiful daughters and 2 beautiful granddaughters, and I have come to the conclusion that women run the world. The man might be the head of the household, but the woman runs the world. Period. End of story. Now, for some guys, what they don't understand is that there are a lot of women that know the power that they own. Oh boy, they know the power that they own. And for some guys, women can be kryptonite. Women can be kryptonite. Man, oh man, oh man. You chasing 3 or 4 or 5 women? Like you liking and commenting on all these women on Instagram and on TikTok and on this and on that and blah, 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 blah. Really? Like you texting 3 or 4 or 5 women at the same time? First of all, one good woman is all you need. Just one. And you're only good for 6 minutes anyway. Why are you trying to have 6 women? The first one is already upset with your 6-minute self anyway. So when you think about it, how in the world can you look?
You don't have to say that. Like sex, you don't need. It doesn't need to be specifically gendered like this. Like, so you're saying gay guys would just kill it in network marketing? Because they might not. No one should. You know.
And say, I need 6 women, 7 women, 10 women. I want to keep track of this and I want to keep track of that. Can you really, do you understand how hard it is to keep track of lies? Do you understand how hard it is to keep track of lies? You're going to catch yourself calling the wrong woman a different name one day. You'll get in trouble for that. That's not going to be a really, really good conclusion. You might end up becoming the main character on a Lifetime movie. Now, ladies, guys can be kryptonite too. Let's not get it twisted. You know, power, fame, humor, money, all those things are extremely attractive. Women are not attracted to weak-minded guys. They're not. But there's no lack of strong-minded gentlemen that are out there too that have great credit, that are funny, that make money, that are in business, blah, blah, blah. There's no lack of them. Doesn't mean that you need 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. You're going around a Ferris wheel trying to figure out which one I need, because at the end of the day, guess what? That could be kryptonite. How many hours a week are you devoting to that is the million-dollar question. And the last one, drugs. This is the scariest one of all. Drugs. This is the big.
Obviously, he's going to say a lot about the drugs given his history, but I mean, only if you're really a sex addict. I think it's okay to have a sex life. I mean, people do, right? I've seen pregnant brand ambassadors, like, they were always having babies in Beachbody. Then they can have a really good ratio of losing weight in the before and after. I learned that. Thanks, Snark Squad.
This piece of kryptonite for so many people, especially now, since the government that we are in has approved certain things. Now, let me tell you a story about myself, because I'm one of these very transparent leaders, if you haven't figured it out already by my intro video. You see, I used to smoke a lot of weed. Did I say a lot? A lot. Now, let me tell you what the problem with is when you smoke weed and you haven't had a job since 2006. So you wake up in the morning and you wake and bake because you don't have a job. In the afternoon, you smoke another blunt because you don't have a job. At 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, you smoke another one because you don't have a job. At 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, you smoke another one because you don't have a job, right? But here's what I realized. I realized that weed for me was kryptonite. Now, some people might say, well, I've got back issues. I got this. They prescribed it as this is that. Listen, they prescribed me ibuprofen. I don't want weed to be prescribed. You know why? Because I understand that it's kryptonite to me. How do I know that it's kryptonite to me? Because it slows me down. It slows me down. It makes me tired. It makes me hungry. All I want to do is eat Crunch and Munch and dry cereal and a bunch of nonsense all day long and Pop-Tarts. Okay, it makes me lazy. I don't want to put out any content. I won't do any videos because I don't want people seeing me high. Eye drops don't work because my eyes are still really, really small. I know it's my kryptonite. So I have to stay away from it. See, once you identify things that are your kryptonite and you stay away from it, your life will change because it will zap your superpowers. You know, it blows my mind how some of these rappers out here, they think that when I smoke some weed, I get in the studio, I get more creative. There isn't one gift that God gave you that needs to be induced by any drug, period.
Completely agree. Don't like the God part, but absolutely. As a creative person, absolutely. Drugs do not enhance your creativity. I'm sorry. It's true. I was stressing out about taking antidepressants because I've always been a creative person, and I was thinking, oh, what if I can't write anymore? What if I can't have the ideas? What if I can't, think of things? Because so much of my creative pursuits are from a healing trauma sort of background. Like, whenever I've written anything that's ridiculously dark, right? People are like, wow, I didn't realize you had that within you. And I'm like, well, this is how I get it out. That's me. I'm, a demon to the soul. But it's like that meme, does everybody know Elaine, EPH, that revolting woman who is just awful? She did something. She had, I think it was a short where it was like anti-mlm people, and it was they take off their human suit and their demons underneath. I'm like, yeah, you fucking idiot. Like, obviously, she thought it was such an own on us. Yeah, look, isn't this the 7 things that get in the way of entrepreneurs? So not knowing your kryptonite, I get it, but it's pretty personal. This is a business, or supposed to be.
Period. Let me repeat that for the people in the nosebleed seats. There isn't one gift. There isn't one. I don't care what your gift is. There isn't one gift that God put in you that needs inducement from drugs or alcohol. Not one. Because it was a God-given gift. And it's already in your blood. It's already in your soul. That's why they call it a gift. Why you need weed to influence it. Why do you need alcohol to influence it? That's in your mind. That's in your mind. It's just making you more confident. It's almost like some guys can't talk to women until they got a buzz. Let's just call you weak game Bobby. You just got no game. So you need to have a buzz before you can have a conversation with a woman. Well, guess what? You're not going to be buzzed 24 hours a day, so she's going to catch you when you're sober anyway. So when
some people require medication to be in certain situations like that because they might have sensory issues, or they might have be on the spectrum where they are unsure of, like, they don't know social cues, things like that. In that case, intervention and medication, fantastic,
you're sober, she's going to figure out that you suck. So now you can only talk to a woman when you got a buzz. That's called a weak man. Okay, so at the end of the day, no gift, none, zero needs inducement from drugs. So think about it. That might be your kryptonite. How often do you do it? What are the effects that it gives you? Whether it's weed, whether it's cocaine, whether it's dope, whether it's any of these things. I used to sell this stuff back in the day. I know the effects of it, okay? What are the effects of it? How does it affect the people that are around you? How does it affect your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your aunts, your uncles? How does it affect your business? How does it affect your bank account? How does it affect your mindset? How does it affect your demeanor? Think about this. Remember the Arsenio Hall show? Things that make you say, Entrepreneurial trap number 2. Entrepreneurial trap number 3. This one is scary for network marketers because one thing I learned a long time ago is everything in this world is math. Everything in this world is math. Everything is based around numbers. Everything is based around numbers. And what a lot of network marketers don't know, they don't know their minimum numbers. Now,
Ooh. I'm booing maths. All right.
I mean by your minimum numbers. I want everybody to take a minute or two. And I want you to write this down if you can. I don't have so much time. I don't want to get through these. But I want you to write this down if you can, or take a screenshot of this page. How much is your mortgage payment or your rent? How much is your cell phone? How much is your electricity every month? How much is your health insurance? How much is your life insurance? How much is your car insurance? How much is your car note if you have one? How much are your groceries every month? And how much do you set aside for entertainment? Take a snapshot of that real quick. And some of y'all, if you can figure out those numbers pretty quickly in the next 60 seconds, jot them down. If your mortgage is $1,500, $1,500. Your cell phone bill is $150, $150. Your power bill is $200 a month, $200. Your health insurance is $500 a month, $500. Your life insurance is $400, $400. Your car insurance is $300, $300. Your car note is $400, $400. Groceries $500 a month, entertainment $1,000 a month, whatever your numbers are. Now, if you have other residual bills, I want you to add those to it. Because the reason why you're building your ELOMIR business is because you want to build a residual income. I've got this philosophy that if I got residual bills, I want residual income to match those residual bills. That mortgage payment comes in every month, like clockwork. Just yesterday was the first. Every month. Cell phone bill, every month. Electricity, every month. You got your numbers written down? Here's an example. Let's assume that you wrote those numbers down and they come up to about $4,000.
Hey. Minnie. The dogs were making like the biggest noise just then. I couldn't hear him. All right.
Let's say they come up to about $4,000 a month. So the $1 million question is, what do you need to make every single day at the minimum to meet the $4,000 a month? What do you need to make every single day at minimum to reach the $4,000 a month? That would be $133 a day. No excuses. But said, I really didn't want to do that 3-way with Tina today. No excuses. But I really, really didn't want to get on that Zoom with Van today. No excuses. But I really, really didn't want to send out those samples today. No excuses.
Getting on a Zoom doesn't get you paid. The only thing that gets you paid is recruiting someone and selling. I'm sorry, can you hear? The way I have had this for so long now that I am just now realizing that my speaking without a denture. I had there was a Petermon. Was it Petermon? No, I think it was Rich Lux, and it had Jeffree Star. He's lost a tooth in the same spot, but I've lost 2 teeth there. I look like a yokel. No, don't look at it.
Your bills are coming in residually every single month. So if you know that your minimum number is $133 a day, don't worry, we don't play with minimums in my world. We don't get to the maximum number. Don't worry, I'm just warming you up right now. At the minimum number, it's $133 a day. Every single day. So the $1 million question is, are you doing $133 per day activities? Or do you scroll on social media for 4 hours a day like the average American does and likes and loves what's going on in somebody else's life instead of your own? Ooh. Or do you sit around and do dances on TikTok all day long because you're bored? Ooh. Or are you out there liking and loving and wasting all this time on Instagram?
Cedrick, do you know the audience you're talking to? Because they are not doing dances on TikTok, alright? That is not your crowd here. Divided by 30. Oh, it is $133. Okay, let's keep going. I'm trying to work out the business that apparently he is in has something to do with Switch U Union or something. And no, the business is called Switch U, but I downloaded their free book and it's about switching your mortgage. That's concerning if it is a direct sales business. So we'll see what it is.
All day long, or are you doing $133 per day activities? Or do you catch yourself in your office cleaning off your desk, doing things that have nothing to do with making money? Or do you catch yourself gossiping in the middle of the day, talking about something that means absolutely nothing? Did you see Bobby's post? Did you see Mary's post? Oh my goodness, is he talking about this person? Is he talking?
It's okay for people to take breaks and do things like scroll, watch TV, etc.
About that person is like days of our lives. Are you wasting your time doing that, or are you doing $133 per day activities? See, I've got this thing about no excuses. So you got to have this mindset, right? That if you had a coach and your coach was a mosquito, meaning that you can't see your coach, and that mosquito was flying around in your house for 10 hours a day, what would that mosquito see? See, it's easy for you to cheat us on Zoom. It's easy for you to cheat us on Zoom. We don't see your face. It's easy for you to say that you did this or say that you did that. Because see, network marketing is a volunteer army. Your ELOMIR business is all volunteer. You don't have a boss here. Van isn't your boss. She's the CEO of a phenomenal company, but she's not your boss. You are in a volunteer army. And you can choose to make this a profitable business, or you can choose to make this a non-profit business from the discomfort of your home. It's totally your choice. Entrepreneur trap number 4. Not knowing your goal number. Now I just gave you the minimum. Let's raise it up. How many of you right now, I'm going to skip the first question, and I'm going to ask the second one. How many of you right now would like to make $500,000 per year or more? Type me in the chat box. I want to watch the chat box here real quick. How many of you right now would like to make $500,000 per year residually in your ELOMIR business? Type me in the chat box. Just type me in the chat box. No. I want to see how many me's we got. Now I can see how many people are on this actual live right now because I'm looking at the screen right now, and I want to see how many me's come in. How many of you again would like to make over $500,000 per year in your ELOMIR business? Type in me in the chat box. Now, for some of you that aren't typing, remember how you do anything is how you do everything. So now we know how you show up in real life because you're in protective.
Oh, we've got another phrase that keeps popping up. How you do anything is how you do everything. Wonder who's been training on that. Because it's like, it's just like it loses track of who created it because so many of you repeat it. What's that? Is that called the Mandela effect? I need to look it up and not spill my Coke.
Custody right now. You're in protective custody right now with all your other fellow entrepreneurs. You see, I'm one of these coaches that's going to tell you how it is. I'm very, very direct. If you want the pansy coach, or you want one of those people that's going to teach you how to make $10,000 a month, but they only make $3,000 a month, there's a lot of them on Facebook. There's a whole lot of them on Facebook that haven't done anything that they're teaching. I'm not that guy. I'm going to give it to you how you need it. Okay?
That's great. What the hell's wrong with me? Are you upfront with your business? Because you haven't really mentioned it. It's not in your intro video or anything. Who do you work for? You've got outside businesses. What are they? You said you're very, upfront.
Look at all these me's. Me. Okay, fantastic. All right, you ready? Because you know it was a setup. Right? Here's the setup. $500,000 per year is $41,666 a month. For those of you that believe in the devil, just add a 7 to it. $41,667.
I like that. That was funny. I thought that he was going to go the route that Kane Harriet did the other day, where he was going to go, you don't even want that much money. You can't handle it because you get more problems. I am very stuck on that training because it was so ridiculous. But he did it to break it down like this.
A month. That would be $1,388 per day. I want you to write down the number. I want you to write that number down. That's $1,388 a day. I want you to write down right now. Everybody grab your pad. And write down 1388. Just write it down. Just write down 1388. I want you to write 1388 and I want you to circle it. Write 1388 and circle it. Write 1388 and
I am writing notes, but not this. But I will try it. The thing that I got from Anthony Napolitano's website the other day. I may have got up here. No Rudy Tooty. No humping. Mabel's like, she needs to lose weight, and she's just on top of Rita. Girls are funny. Alright. Oh, so I'm going to do it. Alright, 1388. And I've got to circle it. Alright. See? I did it. I'm going to be rich, bitches.
everybody write 1388 and circle it. You got to circle? $1,388 a day. That's every day. Is that on Saturdays too, Cedrick? Yes. Is that on Sundays too, Cedrick? Yes. Oh, Lord. Is that 7 days a week? Yes. You said you wanted to make $500,000 a year.
28 days in February, so slightly more? Yes.
I didn't say that. You said it. You were the one that said me. Let me take it a step further. So there's 2 questions that you need to ask yourself. Question number 1, am I even in a model that can create $1,388 a day? I can answer that question for you. Yes. ELOMIR is a model that you can create $1,388 a day. So the answer to your first question is yes. Am I in a model that can create $1,388 a day? Because see, a lot of people have a wish. And they have a wish that I want to make $500,000 a year, but then they look and they're not even in a model that can create $500,000 a year. See, there's numerous ways to get to the finish line, ladies and gentlemen. You can get there in a Ferrari or you can get there in a Ford Escort. Trust me when I tell you the Ferrari gets there a lot faster. So the answer to your question, your first question is yes. You are in a model that can create $1,388 a day. So everybody become a bobblehead. Woo. You can wipe your forehead off on that one. Because I've done this training before and people were in models that they weren't able to do that. All right, everybody got that? You can wipe it off now. Okay. All right. Here's the next one, though. Do I even want to apply the discipline necessary to create $1,388 per day? Somebody type, ooh.
Yeah, no, okay. Just gonna give it to the dogs. I don't want to do it.
Do I even want to apply the discipline necessary in order to create $1,388 per day? While you're thinking about that, let me tell you a quick story. I will be 47 years old Friday. I made my first $1 million when I was 27 years young. I actually made my first $1 million.
47, not 70. Well, then he looks fine. Like, he already did look fine. But I thought he was 70. 47. He's only 2 years older than me. I'm a granny. Grey hair. I had grey hair when I was 21, so. But
in the mortgage industry. In 2001, I made $65,000. In 2002, I made $300,000. In 2003, I made $2.1 million. I thought the sky was going to part. Okay, little old say it from the hood. 9 years prior to that was locked up. 9 years later, I'm a millionaire. I did not know what to do.
I feel like there's going to be a global financial crisis moment because he's about to say he didn't know what, didn't spend his money well. We'll see where it goes.
Doing myself, I figured there were 7 days in a week. I must needed 7 cars. I must needed a house with a swimming pool on the inside of it. I must needed 4.5 acres of land. I must needed to take my ex-girlfriend to the mall at the time and try to be like T.I. Whatever you like, baby. Whatever you like. Whatever you like. Like, I didn't understand. But here's one thing that I did understand. One thing that I did understand was that I was a 3-time felon. One thing that I did understand is that every time I tried to go get a job somewhere, nobody would hire me, not realizing that I was a hell of a salesperson. And what I really understood when I sat my ex-girlfriend down at the time, I said, I need you to understand something. I love you. I really do. But this is how much I love you. So you really get it. Okay. I am now making $35,000 a week. A week. Okay. I have to work 7 days a week. I can only come home 2 days a week because I'm so busy at my office booking leads all day long that I refuse to drive home at 3 o'clock in the morning and duck deer where it takes me 45 minutes to get home. And then I got to get back up at 6 o'clock and do it all over again. I refuse. So you're only going to see me on the weekends. I love you, but you're only going to see me on the weekends. And she was upset. She was like, well, I don't get it. I don't understand. I said, well, I mean, I love you. I do. But $35,000 a week takes sacrifice. So here's the sacrifice. You got 7 cars outside. You get to do whatever you want. You don't have a job. You get to hang out with your friends. You get to do whatever you want. Now, you can choose to live this lifestyle with me for these couple of years because this window is not going to be open that long. Or you can find somebody that gets off at 5 o'clock in the evening that works at Burger King that has 8 hours a day to spend with you. I love you. Either way, I love you. We were together 14 more years after that. She figured the latter was not really a good idea. Now, why do I bring this up? I bring this up because I need you all to understand what is the sacrifice that you're going to have to give up for this $1,388 a day. What is the sacrifice?
Is it going to coincide with anybody who isn't supportive of your business?
It might be bowling night. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It might be date night. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, say it. I don't really want it that bad. I don't really want it that. It might be leg day at the gym. Uh-oh, say I don't know if I want it that bad. It might be I might have to cut this vacation from 7 days to 3. I don't.
So time freedom isn't a thing. Wilbur. Hey! Excuse me. Wilbur. Cut it out. I understand working hard. I was a workaholic in my first few years as a teacher, and I still spend a lot of time on school, but much less than I used to. So I understand that, but bowling, say he had bowling, you can't spare 2 hours where you work harder, start earlier, start later, whatever. You cannot go bowling. I mean, doesn't bother me, but you need time to rest. Your rest doesn't have to be sleep. It should be something else as well, you know.
I don't know if I really wanted that bad. Say, I might have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning instead of getting up at 9. I might have to stop looking at Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix. I might have to stop playing around on social media. See, there's going to be some sacrifice because there's no way that you're going to make the $1,388 a day without the sacrifice. What are you going to do with this give and take? There's going to be some give and take. So I want you all to write a sticky note to yourself, and I want you to read it every single day before you go to sleep. For those of you that wrote down a number, remember, you wrote the number down, not me. I want you to write, did I do $1,388 activities today? Boy, this sticky note would change your life. Did I do $1,388 activities today? Now, one or two things are going to happen when you look at this sticky note before you go to bed. One or two things are going to happen. First of all, you're embedding it in your subconscious. The more you embed it in your subconscious, the better. Remember, the body rests, the brain never sleeps. Somebody should write that down. The body rests, the brain never sleeps. So you need to be embedding this in your subconscious, right? The only two things are going to happen when you look at that. You're going to read that before you go to bed. Did I do $1,388 a day activities a day? One thing that you're going to do is start sweating and thinking and realizing that you didn't do it. Questioning yourself, being upset at yourself, and you might have a nightmare or two. Or you're going to look at that sticky note and smile and say, yes, I did $1,388 activities today.
Mine says, am I doing this every day? 1,388. Also, this man wants to take sleep from you now. He wants to take the rest. He wants your rest time as well. I didn't realize he was saying that until I just verbalized it then. That's how much he wants to control what's happening or how he thinks things should happen for network marketing, but he wants your rest as well. He's Freddy Krueger. He's coming for your dreams, alright? Just be careful out there in your dreams, all right? Watch out for Cedrick.
Now, I need you to understand something. I didn't say income. I said activities. See, it takes a while to get this ball rolling. A ball in motion will stay in motion. Just like your 2 hours a day on Netflix is going to be hard for you to break it because that ball in motion stays in motion. Every day after dinner, I look at Netflix. I have to finish the Jeffrey Dahmer series. I have to finish Lord of the Rings. I have to finish this. A ball in motion stays in motion.
Can people please not watch if you've already watched it, whatever. The new Jeffrey Dahmer thing, apparently they didn't work with the victims' families, so it's not real cool. And I think the person they focused on was somebody who has a family who's been quite vocal and, come on. Victim advocates and victims deserve to be heard, respected, etc. Thank you.
The question is, are you doing the activities? You see, if you got 10 people on your team, and let's say that you did 5 three-way calls a day, and I want you to assume that your 10 people did the same thing. That's 50 three-way calls that was done on your behalf. Do you sleep better at night, or do you toss and turn? If you got 10 people on your team, and you did 2 presentations today, if those 10 people did the same thing, that was 20 presentations that was done on your behalf. Do you sleep better at night, or do you toss and turn? Think about it. See, we're in the business of duplication. And what leaders do is they lead by example. So don't ask people to do things that you aren't willing to do yourself.
Can you please stop trying to take everybody's sleep away, because that kind of sucks.
Be out there leading and wake up every single day and act as if you do not have a team. People always ask me, say, how is it that you've been able to recruit so many people? Because I wake up and I act as if they all quit. I love them. I work with them all day, but I act as if they quit. That's how you personally recruit 2,800 people. That's how you personally recruit 500 people. That's how you personally recruit 800 people.
That sounds really stressful. Maybe we shouldn't do that. I don't know, just an idea. Sorry, I don't want to make too much sense,
That's how you personally recruit 1,200 people. That's how you personally recruit 500 people. I'm not pulling these numbers out of the sky for those of y'all that are wondering. The speed of the pack is determined by the speed of the leaders. How fast are you moving? Entrepreneurial trap number 5. I got 2 more to get through. Ignoring daily personal development. First of all, I applaud each and every one of you for being on this training here today. Give yourself a pat on the back, because this is a part of your personal development. And I want to give you a nugget here. This is one of my favorite books in the whole wide world, second to the Bible. It's called The Greatest Secret in the World by Og Mandino. When I build teams, I have all my teams go through this book because it will change your unequivocal life. It is the best $7 you will ever spend in your life. I do not have an Amazon link. Go to Amazon and find it. If for whatever reason you're trying to find it for cheaper than $7, shame on you. You deserve to get smacked in the back of the head with a jar of peanut butter, okay? Because it is the best $7 that you will ever spend in your life. And I promise you, you have wasted $7 on things that have no benefit in your life. The Greatest Secret in the World by Og Mandino. This will change your life. It's going to take you 10 months to read it. 10. You don't read it all the way through. It's going to take you 10 months to read it. The whole premise behind this book is that in order to replace a bad habit, you must replace it with a good one. There are 10 scrolls that you have to read. 10. You read one scroll every day, 3 times a day for 30 days. You read it in the morning when you wake up, you read it in the afternoon at lunchtime, and you read it at night before you go to bed. And every single week, you do a success recorder, and you note the things that you did based upon what that scroll told you to do. It will change your life. But let's take it one step further. When we talk about daily personal development, I don't call TVs. I like to call them automatic income reducers. That's what I like to call them, automatic income reducers. So I want you all to do this test with me. Because this test will change your life, okay? Now, here's the test. It's really simple. If you got 4 65-inch TVs in your house, that's a total of 260 inches. Hey, guys, don't get excited. That's a total of 260 inches. If you got 4 65-inch televisions in your house, right? That's 260 inches of automatic income reducers. If you don't have 260 books, 260 audios, 260 trainings on the topic that you're trying to master, you are not that serious, and you give more credence to your TVs. I just hurt somebody's feelings. Do you realize that the people that are on television, they're already making the money because you're the one that's watching them? You're the one that is watching them. Do you have 260 books? Do you have 260 audios? Do you have 260 trainings? Some of y'all got 300 inches. How serious are you about your personal development? How serious are you about being a network marketing professional? Because think about this. Everybody's going to pay their 25% at the door. You're going to put your 10,000 hours in, period, in the story. You want to be a pro, you're going to put your 10,000 hours in. Everybody's going to pay their 25% at the door. You think you're going to skip it? You're not going to skip it. You're not going to skip it. Now, let me give you a couple more, because I'm going to show you how to cheat as well, because I know some of you.
What? Having too many TVs means you're not taking your self-development seriously. Well, what about the other humans in the house? Like the children? They don't have to do self-development, do they? And look, we're in the wrong company if we're going to protect children, because this stupid ELOMIR people give their product to children.
Already know how to cheat. Don't act like I'm the only one that knows how to cheat. And I'm talking about in school. I'm going to talk about other stuff that you're thinking about. So here's 4 more. Take a snapshot. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. Sell Like Crazy by Sabri Subri. The One Thing by Gary Keller. and The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Those are 4 of my favorite books. I have hundreds of books. I don't focus on trying to absorb a book at a certain time. I focus on reading a chapter a day. So if you just focus on reading a chapter a day, you'll blow through 12 to 14 books a year, to be honest, if you just focus on reading a minimum of a chapter a day. Just commit to say, I'm going to read a chapter a day, or I'm going to get Audible and I'm going to listen to a chapter a day. Just do that. However long it takes you to finish that book, that's how long it takes you to finish that book. Okay, don't overthink it. But focus on, give me a chapter a day, a chapter a day, a chapter a day. Now let's cheat. All right. Remember I told you that the body rests, but the brain never sleeps. How many of you have had a bad dream before? How many of you had a bad dream and you thought that Freddy Krueger was killing you in your sleep, and you woke up and you slapped the cowboy nonsense out of your husband? He was like, what's going on? Because you thought he
I said that as a joke, the Freddy Krueger thing. I'm just going to slow him down a little bit because he is going a bit fast now. We'll see.
Freddy Krueger, you started choking him. Because, you know, Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers was chasing you. You was sweating. Oh, I'm so happy that was a dream. See, your body rests, but your brain never sleeps. This is one of the reasons why you should never look at a scary movie before you go to bed. Don't look at a scary movie before you go to bed. Do not look at the news before you go to bed. The worst thing that you can do before you go to bed is look at the news. Because I don't care what city you live in. I don't care what country you live in. The first 10 minutes of the 11 o'clock news is all bad news. Let's say I just look at it for the weather. Okay, if you know the weather comes on at 11:11, then cut on the TV at 11:11 and look at the weather. That's what we do here in Florida. Because for whatever reason, hurricanes love to kiss us on the neck like hickeys. Okay, so I want you to think about this.
I still think that he is trying to take away your rest. Because he keeps saying, you know, that the brain doesn't rest.
Why do I want to go to bed with negativity? So I want you to go and get Audible. I want you to go and get Audible and put Audible on your phone.
Oh, I thought this is what he was going to do. He was going to say, listen to stuff while you're sleeping and you'll get it, like, subconsciously. Yeah. I don't know if that's a proven way of doing things, but...
Put Audible on your phone. Now, when you go through this cheating mechanism, I need you to make sure that the alarms are on your house. If you got a dog walking around, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. You know, but I want you to get Audible on your phone. You download Audible on your phone. Those 4 books that I just showed you earlier, you can get them on Audible, but there's numerous different personal development books that you can get on Audible. Okay, one of my other favorites is Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. That's the best of the best. That should be like a must-have on Audible. So let's use this as an example. You got Outwitting the Devil on Audible. When you go to sleep at night, I want you to grab your headsets. And I want you to stick them in your ear, and I want you to go to sleep. Now, you're only going to hear it for maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Don't turn it up loud. So if your volume goes to 10, I want you to have it at like 4. Because the whole point of this is for it to get into your subconscious. It's for it to get into your subconscious. If you do this 20 days in a row, what's going to happen is that you're going to start to recite things that you heard while you were sleeping. See, while everybody else is asleep for 8 hours a day, why don't you cheat for those 8 hours? Ooh. Why don't you cheat for those same 8 hours? Now, you're not going to hear it for 8 hours, but you might get it. You might get it for an hour. You might get it for 2 hours. You might get it for 45 minutes. That's even more personal development that you put inside of your subconscious mind while everybody else was what? Sleep. So cheat while you sleep.
I'm going to look at some statistics on those things. I don't know. Oh, did I miss one? We're up to number 6. Damn. Oh, no, that's 4. That's 5. Silly me. Lack of delegation. What do you mean? I don't understand. It's meant to be your own business. Who are you delegating to, theoretically, you know? All right.
And we're done. Entrepreneur trap number 6, lack of delegation. Ladies and gentlemen, what does a brain surgeon do? A brain surgeon specializes on what? Brain surgery. What does a general practitioner do? They're general. So if you go to a general practitioner and you have something going on with your brain, that person sends you to a brain surgeon. Who drives the better car? The brain surgeon. Who lives in a better neighborhood? The brain surgeon. Why? Because the brain surgeon is a specialist. What does a dentist do? A dentist works on your teeth. Does a dentist work on your brain? No. Does a dentist work on your feet? No. A dentist is a specialist for what? Your teeth. What does a kindergarten teacher do? A kindergarten teacher teaches what? Kindergarten. Do they teach high school geography? No. Do they teach high school algebra? No. They are specialists with kindergartners. And Lord bless those teachers. Ooh-wee. Now, what do most entrepreneurs do? What do most entrepreneurs do? Everything.
He's all right. He's praising the kids. I mean, the teachers. Nice work. Yeah, entrepreneurs do everything, but you guys are just You're just like salesman.
Everything. You are a jack of all trades and a master of none. I'm the presenter. I'm the three-way person. I'm the webinar person. I'm the Zoom person. I'm the three-way call person. I'm the...
He's the three-way person. Way to get out there. Anyone? Thruple? 47-year-old Cedrick. He's the three-way guy, apparently.
Mother, I'm the father, I'm the sister, I'm the brother, I'm the landscaper, I'm the food person, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this and that. How many of y'all remember this TV show In Living Color? I'm dating myself a little bit. But how many of you remember the TV show In Living Color? And you remember one of the skits in Living Color was the Jamaican skit.
Now, he's my ilk. Surprisingly, we got In Living Colour in the little Queensland town. That's Jim Carrey and Shanae. Oh, Shanae. What my high school, no, not my high school, my university best mate, Fez, he has his own boy burlesque group. They're called Briefs, if anyone knows them, Briefs. And they tour around the world. Obviously, COVID, brought them back home. But they do like the Edinburgh Film Fringe Festival. I think they've done South by Southwest, etc., etc. And he and I lived together at one point in time, and we had some yabbies, which is like lobsters, big lobster, small lobsters, and we called one of them Shanae. Great story, thanks.
I remember the Jamaican skit when Danny Wayne was like, hey man, look like you got like 72 job, man. You got like 32 job, man. You did plumber, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. You got all these different job, man. See, one of the reasons why your business isn't flourishing the way it should be flourishing is because you're trying to do too many things. You are trying to do too many things. Now, 80% of our business is comprised of women. And ladies, by default, magically, you're able to do a lot of things. Magically. And we adore you for that. We adore you for that. On the same token, when it comes down to being an entrepreneur, I want you to think about something. You cannot be trying to do all these different things. You got to learn to focus. You got to learn to focus. See, something that they taught us in the Boy Scouts back when I was young. They said, Cedrick, if you take a magnifying glass and you sit still and you let the sun hit it and you put some leaves under it and you just hold still, if you hold still, after a minute or two, you're going to see a spark. Don't move, said. Don't you move. You hold still. Then you're going to see another spark. You hold still, said. You hold still and you're going to see another spark. And then you blow. Hold that freaking glass still, said. Then you blow again. Then you see a little bit bigger spark and a bigger spark and a bigger spark. And then you get a flame. And then you can move the magnifying glass now because of the focus of the glass that beamed down through. You now have a flame which has the potential to burn the whole freaking forest down. But we as entrepreneurs,
okay,
we walk around like freaking paraplegics. We just shake it. Magnifying glass just shaking. Magnifying glass just shaking. And you wondering why you stuck at $300 a month. You stuck at $800 a month. You stuck at $1,100 a month.
I just worked out why that was inappropriate. Oh, please, no ableism. Yucky. Oh, I just realized the video that I'm uploading right now doesn't have a thumbnail yet. Haven't found... What was I looking for? Oh, whether playing music in your sleep can do. Can we not be saying paraplegic? Also, paraplegic doesn't have... That's usually somebody without the function. I'm not sure. Paraplegic, is that the whole body? I don't know. But, like, it's inappropriate regardless. Yeah.
Because your magnifying glass just keep doing this and this and this. And then Johnny just joined another business. Oh, I'm gonna go join that one too. Then Billy just joined another business. Then I'm gonna go join that one too. Squirrel. You got 13 1099s that come at the end of the year. You made a whole whopping 20 grand. Focus. You've got multiple countries that you can build your ELOMIR business in. Focus. You got a CEO that comes from the field. I love CEOs that come from the field because they understand who we are. Focus. Stop worrying about what's going on with this company or that comp plan or this product or that or this or that. Listen. Everybody's got a great product. Everybody's got a great comp plan. Everybody's got a great owner, blah, 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 blah. Sit still and focus. Because there's people in Amway that you can show them that you made $150,000 last month, but you still can't recruit them. You know why? Because they're focused. Even though they've been making freaking $17 a month for the past 19 years, I bet you can't recruit them. You know why? Because they're focused. You need to be focused. You know how focused you need to be? You need to be focused like an ant that knows that there's a piece of chocolate in your bedroom. Have you ever noticed how focused ants are? You leave a piece of chocolate on the floor in your bedroom right now. You leave a piece of chocolate on the floor in your bedroom right now, and you leave the house, and you come back 7 days later, 8 days later, and your bedroom is upstairs. You will see a line of ants from your basement all the way upstairs to munch on that doggone chocolate.
Probably not though.
Did you see any of the ants veer off?
Because like, if it's winter, it's fine. Not a lot of ants for me in the winter. Could vary.
Did you see any of the ants veer off? Did you see any of the ants veer off? Or were they all in unison? They were all in unison to go hit that chocolate. That's how you need to be. So in order to reach your goals, you got to learn to delegate. You got to learn to delegate. So here's something that can help you out. Take a snapshot, Fiverr.com, get things done for $5. Stuff that you're wasting 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 hours doing, somebody can do it in 10 minutes for $5. Delegate. Odeskwork.com, Upwork.com, Guru.com. Things that you're not good at, get other people to do them. I'm not good at editing videos. I don't have time for that, okay? I don't want to learn it either. I just want to do what I'm good at. That video that you guys saw at the beginning was extremely expensive. But you know what I'm good at? I'm good at telling stories, okay? So I can tell the story, okay? Then my video guys, they can do all that other magical stuff, and they can take...
That's what I said at the beginning. He's a good storyteller.
30 days on editing and putting all this content together and blah, blah. They can do it. No. I pay somebody else to do that. No, I'm going to give you the story. You can come to my house. We can do all the content. Then you guys put it together. Learn to outsource and delegate things that you're not good at and focus on what you are good at.
Oh, that's like Rachel Hollis. Rachel Hollis said that, and that's how she got into issues with her being cancelled, because she said she has a girl who comes twice a week to clean her toilets. I found some information. The two websites, I'm doing it on my iPad. Sorry, everybody. The first one says, absorbing complex information or picking up a new skill from scratch by, say, listening to an audio recording during sleep is almost certainly impossible. But then the next one down says, scientists can you learn in your sleep? Yes, and here's how. Scientists can target and consolidate specific memories during sleep by using auditory clues. New research reveals the mechanisms that make... I didn't press on it. Huh. Interesting. I wouldn't bet on it. Okay, so number 7 is what? Not knowing your target market's personality type. We could do with a possessive apostrophe in there, because this is how we know which apostrophe, whether we should have an apostrophe, and what sort of apostrophe it is. If it's a possessive apostrophe, it means the thing belongs to it, like the thing before it. So whose personality type is it? It belongs to the target market. So that's where we put our possessive apostrophe. Thanks, I've been Tish. Dun, 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 dun. No, we're not finished.
And entrepreneurial trap number 7, and then it's a wrap. I know I might be a little bit over time. I apologize, Van and Twan, if I am. How many of y'all are getting some value from this? Let me know in the comment section if you're getting some value from this, because I'm a little bit over time, and they might make me feel a little bit better if y'all say you're getting some value from this. So let's get into entrepreneurial trap number 7. Entrepreneurial trap number 7, not knowing your target market's personality type. Not knowing your target market's personality type. Ladies and gentlemen, money only comes from one place, and that's people. Money only comes from one place, and that's people. Y'all out here trying to figure out all this other stuff. See, some of y'all are really, really good at the ingredients on your product. And I'm hard pressed to tell you that whoever's the top earner in your company right now probably doesn't even know what's in it. So your left brain, that left side of your brain is...
No, actually, this company has quite a big focus on the product, you know.
All focused, because that's how you think. Well, I gotta know every single ingredient. I gotta know this. I gotta know that. It's almost like, I was in a company that my team and I, we sold over 100. That number that Twan gave earlier was wrong. I gotta adjust that. We actually sold over $100 million worth of milkshakes just in my team. Like, it was stupid. It was stupid. We sold over $100 million in milkshakes. Okay, and I'm 179 pounds dripping wet. There's not one video anywhere on the internet of anybody ever seeing me drink a milkshake. Not one. Not one, because I'm lactose intolerant. So I couldn't drink the milkshakes. However, Nino Brown didn't smoke crack either, but he became a millionaire from selling it. Okay, it is what it is. I knew that model worked, and I knew that weight loss was big. And even though that I was 176 pounds dripping wet, and if I would have kept drinking milkshakes, I would have looked like JJ Evans from Good Times. That really wasn't my goal. So I'm okay with drinking the milkshakes, right? Well, not drinking the milkshakes, but here's the deal. Here's the reason I bring this up. You know, the people that would always ask about the ingredients were the people that were overweight. Is there sucralose in that? Did you ask Kentucky Fried Chicken was that chicken? Did you ask McDonald's what was in the Big Mac? Because you've been eating like 17 of them a week, and now all of a sudden you are a specialist on sucralose. Will you?
What? How rude. And the people who ask about the contents of a product aren't just fat. You know? Oh my God.
Stop it. You're like 87 pounds overweight. You're 162 pounds overweight, but now all of a sudden you're a doctor. Stop it and take this freaking milkshake and suck it down like it's your last one. Stop this.
You're not a doctor either. And how can you get a customer if you are being that condescending? Don't we love a secret fat phobe?
See, some of
Not so secret, really.
y'all keep worrying about ingredients and worrying about, does it do this and does it do that and does it do this and does it do that? Ladies and gentlemen, everything that you've ever bought in life, you bought it off of emotion and you justified it with logic. You bought it off of emotion and you justified it with logic. So when we think about communication, 7% of it is words. Only 7%. You're trying to break down all the stuff. Well, it's got this ingredient and that ingredient and that ingredient, and you know, Van told us this, you know, and Liqueur, you know, Enterprises, they got this, and they do these type of products and that, and Terry's the bomb, and this, and that. 7% of it is words. Stop and duck yourself into Duct Tape University. Stop. Only 7% of it is words. 38% of it is voice and tone. 38% of it. You see how some of you cued in a lot more when I toned down? You see how your demeanor was a little bit more heightened as my training went on because my energy level was higher? As my energy level was higher, it made you zone in a little bit more. But if I was laid back and monotone and just talking like this the whole time, you wouldn't have really got it as well. The impact wouldn't have been there as stronger because the rest of it is body language.
I can't imagine the amount of people who just like shat themselves when he went impact. He's obviously never seen Twan train because the man is boring. Brick wall personality.
55% of communication is body language. So that means that if I'm selling your scripts, am I really truly focused on ingredients? Or am I focused on excitement, tonality, how I'm coming across?
Well, why aren't they represented on your fucking thing? If you want that to come across, like, so in other words, you're going to communicate power by what? Body language and voice.
The conviction of it, because it's all about the conviction of it. And then you're being able to use those testimonials. So I like to break these down in 4 different elements. I call them fire, ice, wind, and water. I don't have time to go through all of them here today. You know, some people break them down in animals. You know, some people break them down in colors. And, you know, when I break them down in elements, because I've been training on this for about 17 years now, just this particular topic anyway, that I know that people are going through my training. There's a lot of people who train on colors. The magic of colors, fantastic. There's a lot of people that train on lions and tigers and wolves and eagles and all this stuff. Like, fire, ice, wind, and water. So if I just break it down for you really quickly, a fire personality is a very assertive person. They want you to get to the point. They will cut you off if you're slow to speak. They're very competitive. They want to win. They're motivated by money.
Red. It's a red personality. Nice work. You just have a different picture.
They're motivated by stuff. So if you are trying to recruit them into ELOMIR, you better use the competitive advantage of comp plan, okay? They want to know where's the money, okay? They want to know who's making money. Okay, show them what to do, get out of the way. Okay, don't give them 10 million details about ingredients because you're going to lose them. You give that to the ICE personality. The ICE personality is very rigid. I need to know A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I need to know it all. That's the person that says, I'm going to do my research, and they actually really are doing their research. They want to know every single ingredient. In their house, their pepper shaker is one way, their salt shaker is one way. They can bounce a quarter off of their bed because they make it up every single morning. Their white shirts are on one side of the closet, their colored shirts are on the other side of the closet. Everything is uniformed. They do not like flash. They love it when people are on time. The ICE personalities that were here at the beginning of this particular training, when it started at 1:03, they were already upset. Wind personalities. These people blow with the wind. That's why I call them wind personalities. A lot of these people are your scatterbrain type of people. They're very colorful, okay? They get involved in numerous different things. Oh my goodness. They're already involved in 17 different network marketing companies right now as they speak, okay? They're gonna pop off of this training and go hop on another one and another one and another one and another one and another one. They even still got a MySpace account. They are the life of the party. They know everybody. When you're working with this person, understand they're the life of the party. They know everybody. You might not have them for that long because they're very scatterbrained. Squirrel, 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 squirrel. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. They still have a ham sandwich in the backseat of their car from 1985 because they got a lot of stuff going on in their world. Okay, their clothes are all on the floor, all over the place. Like it's crazy. But they know everybody. They know everybody.
He's funny. This is better than Tuan. Well, okay, we've only got about 8 more minutes. Yay!
So they can lead you to some hitters. Oh boy, they can lead you to some hitters. You got to know how to cultivate those people, though. Water personalities. Those are people that want to save the world. Those are people that want to help everybody. Those are your nurses of the world and your teachers of the world.
Yeah. But not anyone in a network marketing company because they don't want to help people. They just want to help themselves.
Here, people that will help an old lady cross the street. These are people that actually want to know what are y'all donating to.
Help an old lady across the street and notice that she needs, I don't know, a hip replacement, and you hand her some. Well, Danielle Miele would hand her some natural hormone. What is it? It's hormone growth. God damn it! Why can't I remember the name of it? Yeah, or our Monate girl says, "Did you want to use our BB cream? Here's a sample." Yeah.
Who does this help you? You win these people over with testimonials of how it helped somebody. Now I know you can't give health claims, so I'm just going to use a vague example. But if your script, help this person, and again, because I'm a generic trainer, I can say this, certain things that you can't get away with saying, but if your script, help somebody walk better or help get rid of their headaches or help this or help that, these are the type of testimonials that these people love to hear because they love helping other people. So you need to use that. You need to use that. This helped my mom. This helped my sister. This helped my cousin. This helped this person. This helped that person.
Oh, this is a yellow color, I think.
Yeah, every X amount of dollars we donate to this particular foundation. We just did this for people, at the hurricane, blah, blah, blah. Like, they love this type of stuff. So fire, ice, wind, water, that is an 8-hour training all in itself. Like, I have a full-blown course on that training alone. So I can spend so much time on that, it's crazy, but I just want to give you all the basis of it. So as we do a quick recap, identifying your gift, knowing your crypto.
Because they've only got him booked for this time. But it's been an entertaining.
Knowing your numbers, knowing your goal numbers, the importance of daily personal development, lack of delegation, and understanding your target market's personality type. Ladies and gentlemen, when you sit still and understand, and literally, really, truly understand what it's about when it comes down to identifying these 7 entrepreneurial traps, your life will change. But it's going to be up to you to be on a training like this and absorb this information and then actually do something about it. It's one thing to be on here and be entertained and have fun the whole time. And I'm humbled that you all stayed here for an hour and 22 minutes when I know that I went way over, but it gets fun. The true meaning of this, though, is to take your notes and do something with it. Because in the words of my good friend, Mr. Ray Higdon, your notes are simply uncashed checks. So it's going to be up to you to cash them. It's only up to me to give you the content to put in them. With that being said, Van, humble, thank you so much for having me here. Tuan, thank you, brother. I'm not sure if you'll pop it back out here on the screen or not. There you go. Thank you so much for having me here. It was a pleasure. I look forward to maybe sometime in the future we can do this again and we can do a continuation of this. So thanks so much for having me, guys.
I wonder where Van is. Maybe she's actually on the call because this is just a recording of the call. It doesn't have the actual chat.
Oh man, that was awesome. And of course, man, we're going to actually have some trips, exotic trips. And of course, you're going to be invited. We're going to be spending a lot of time together, celebrating with everybody. And by the way, for those of you that are watching this on replay, definitely put hashtag replay on. We'd love to actually see the algorithms of how many people are watching this later on, because I know this is actually being broadcast at all different time zones. But Ced, that was an amazing time that you were able to actually provide that amount of content, even though it was an hour and 20 minutes or so. I think that was very impactful. It was huge. And I can tell that you've really spent the time to sharpen your axe when it comes to being one of the greatest salesmen that you can personally be. A lot of people, they take advantage of what they misconstrue what salesman is. They're like, there's a bad connotation to it, but we're always dealing with people. And I can tell that you're working with people and you're effective at it. So drop a fire emoji below if you actually felt that this was impactful. So that way we give love to Ced. And also I will want to bring up that, did you notice that half the time Ced was actually emphasizing on personal development? And
I'm sorry, that was a good training. I was almost thinking at the beginning, if this is the first person that you've ever seen coach and you're open to MLMs, he would be a good recruiter, because he does, like, without even trying to have a connection that he wants to make with people. Understandably, he's said some weird, like, not cool stuff in this, but yeah, I don't want to meet that version of me that would have said, let's do it. Let's build my business. Where you decide on everything. Sure.
About your attitude and philosophy. So make sure that you grab a hold of those books that he actually recommended. By the way, Ced, before you go, you and I, we did chat for a little bit prior to this interaction on social media that we have here. You were talking about that you're planning on launching something at the end of the year or maybe first quarter. You want to talk about that really quick? Because I know that's going to impact a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got 2 books that are going to be coming out. The first one is going to be Untold Upline Secrets. So I'm really, really excited about that book. It's going to be really raw. So that's going to be launching at the end of the year. And then in the first quarter of 2023, I'm launching my book, From Selling Dope to Selling Hope. So I would love for you guys to support that project. I'm going to, once we get the copies out, I'm on some last minute editing right now. But once Untold Upline Secrets is completed, it's going to have some interview series where there's going to be a lot of great bonuses that are going to be in it as well. It's going to be 20 plus years of dropping some nuggets, from the network marketing arena. But I'm saying stuff that most uplines would never, ever, ever say. I'm sharing stuff that most uplines and CEOs would never, ever, ever share. Your wife she'll approve of it. She'll approve of it. There's some that are going to be like, ban that book. Stop it. Stop saying stop. I'm like, no, more. So,
I was going to say, I have a really bad toothache. I really need to get some fillings. Like, I've got some bad spots at the top of these and one there. I hate dental pain so much. I have private healthcare, but my last private healthcare provider didn't cover anything. It was so annoying. So I'm hoping this one covers. It's a different company, but yeah.
So that's going to be launching here in a couple of months. So you guys, if you follow me on social media, under Cedrick Harris on social media, that's my main page. That's where I do majority of my content at anyway. On TikTok, I'm under the real Said. On TikTok, on Instagram, it's under Said as well. But I don't have the page set up just yet for numerous reasons. But it'll be out end of the year, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a goodie.
Awesome stuff. I was going to ask, where's the best place that everyone can actually follow you? So you already dropped that already. So, guys, so we're just right at the tip of 11:30 a.m. Pacific. So I just appreciate everyone hopping on here. So on behalf of ELOMIR, Van, and I, we really do appreciate you, Cedrick, to be on here to provide all that value and that content. We look forward to actually having you back. And again, we really do appreciate everyone hopping on here and taking notes on everything that Ced just said. So any last comments before we wrap things up, Ced?
Listen, man, you guys are doing a great job. I just want to tell each and every one of you that are here, I've been knowing Twan and Van for a while. And when I heard that ELOMIR was launching, and I've got a lot of friends that are involved inside of ELOMIR. And I can tell you that you guys are in a good place. You're in good hands with Allstate. You've got a great product delivery system. I know your manufacturer very, very well. You've got a great way to be able to get products out here. You've got a phenomenal compensation plan. You have some really friendly terms and conditions, things that I like to look at when I join companies and I pay attention to them, because Van and Twan, they come from the field, so they get it. All you all need to do is focus. Just focus. Focus and make yourself proud and make your families proud from the fact that you focused and you hunkered down and you went out there and you zoned in and created the income that you deserve. So I'm excited to watch you guys grow and see exactly what you guys are doing. I've been following the progress for the past couple of months, and excited for you guys to keep on crushing it. So you and your wife keep up the great work. You know, it's always one of those things to stay friends and relationships inside of this industry, because we never know where this industry goes. And, you know, sometimes you're working with somebody and then next thing you know, they're the CEO of a company. So you never know. So you always keep those lines of communication open, everybody. You never, ever, ever know. So y'all are in good hands with Allstate with this power couple, the true epitome of a power couple. So keep up the great work, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ced. We appreciate it. And everyone that's actually watching, make sure you plug into every single Monday, same time with Mentor Monday. So with that concludes today's broadcast. And again, thank you so much, Ced, for hopping on.
You got it. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Oh, we're done. We're done. 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 That was one of the better trainings I've watched. However, for ELOMIR, it's just going to make them try harder. And there are only 100 people in the Zoom, and they have 7,000 or 8,000 distributors. Great engagement, you know. Yeah. Not much I can say other than, can't we do something about ELOMIR, please? I'm sick of that. Boo! I'm booing you. I'm booing you. Alright, thank you very much for being here with me. I've been tired and a little bit dozy. Eyes were closed. Eyes want to close now. I wore my pink boots. Oh no, I never did show you the unboxing. But they were so tight around my ankles today that I almost died. Because I have cankles. Does anyone know what cankles are? It's where your calf and your ankles meet, and there's not much difference. So she got thick ankles, okay? Alright. Thank you again. Please like and subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell an enemy. You know, whatever. Just get them over here.